Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for tuning into the channel. In today's video, I'm going to meet up with an old friend, Nick. We met each other through work and we've been good friends ever since. He recently started riding about a year ago, so we finally decided to meet up and go for a ride. I decided to take my Grom mainly because I wanted Nick to try out the Grom to see what he thinks, since he's 6'3". You see, I've received a lot of comments about how people think they might be too tall or too big for a Grom. And while I'm not here to say one way or another because I think it all comes down to personal preference, I did want to get Nick's perspective. So we decided to meet at our old office, and I get a text that he's on the other side of the building. And the quickest way for me to get to where Nick is a little shortcut. Luckily, no one yelled at me for riding on the sidewalk. I definitely couldn't get away with this on my Lowrider S. What's up, man?
How you doing?
Nick, in real life.
It's been a while.
Did you get taller?
Maybe?
It must be the boots.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Hey, how you been? A whole lot, honestly.
Huh?
You shaved your head.
Yeah, I've been doing that since the pandemic, man.
I took all the adventure stuff off to make it a little more lean. It had like bars for like...
Oh, yeah.
I had like a gas tank, an extra like gallon of gas.
Okay.
Here, but I was like, most of the riding I do is not so remote that I need that, and I kind of like the look of the bike without all of it.
Yeah, it looks very simple, right?
Yeah, like I even want to take this off, but it is kind of helpful.
Yeah, it blocks some of the wind.
Dude, that thing looks a lot of fun though.
Yeah, you should try it out. Once we get out of the city streets, yeah.
I'm too worried I'd fuck it up somehow.
Dude, it's meant to be thrashed around. Alright. I think we're gonna go this way. I don't know. So my GPS took us around the city, which wasn't the most fun because of traffic, but it did give Nick and I a chance to just chat during long stoplights. It's taking us a weird route.
Yeah.
Huh?
Your exhaust sounds awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Nick. I agree, it does sound awesome. I should probably do a video on my exhaust at some point. But we mobbed around the city for a little while, and I was pretty tempted to split lanes and beat the traffic. But I figured I'd play it safe for our first ride. Plus, lane splitting is illegal in Virginia, and I already got a little spooked by seeing all the cops out earlier.
You have a gas gauge?
Yeah.
That's nice.
You don't have one?
It just tells me like, oh, you need gas.
Yeah.
So I know then I'm like, alright, I'm like, whatever, 50 miles.
Yeah, my old Harley used to not have a gauge, gas gauge. So you'd have to like basically reset the speedometer or the trip meter, because I know you can get about like 150 miles or so.
Yeah.
Before you need to fuel up again.
Yeah, this is like... so much fun.
I'm really glad that I brought the Grom because of all the heavy traffic while we were in the city. It's so light and easy to maneuver between stoplight to stoplight. I really enjoyed it. So we finally break out of the city and start cruising along the Potomac River, and this is probably one of my favorite roads in my area to ride around. It was fun just riding around with Nick, and we've been actually talking about doing a camping trip at some point with him on his adventure bike and me on my Grom. We still have to coordinate that, but that will be an amazing trip. So you might see Nick again on my channel on a Grom camping video. So after about an hour and a half of riding around, we pull over to take a break and finally give Nick a little spin on the Grom. What'd you think?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, right?
Dude, it is so nice out too. It like could not be a more perfect day.
Yeah. No humidity.
It almost got a little chilly there for a second by the water.
Wait, what?
It got like a little chilly there for a second.
Yeah, right? When you get by the water?
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
I wanted Nick to take the Grom out a little bit longer, but I think he was a little worried that he might damage my brand new Grom. So he did a few loops around the parking lot, and Nick did tell me afterwards that he wished he had taken it out around the road to test it out a little bit more. He also mentioned that he felt a little cramped, and I have to agree, he looked a little bit awkward.
That's awesome.
It's probably less comfortable for him than me, obviously, but I'm okay with that. Short people rarely get advantages in life, so I'm happy to take this win. He also mentioned how light the bike felt and that it's the perfect hooligan machine. And if you're okay with looking a little bit awkward or being a little less comfortable, the Grom is still a perfectly capable bike for taller riders. Of course, this is subjective because everyone's going to have different needs. Keep in mind that the stock Grom kind of tops out at around 50 to 60 miles an hour depending on the rider size and weight. So it may not be suitable for major roads for bigger riders. So afterwards, we decided to get some ice cream on the last leg of our ride together. After fueling up with some ice cream, we rode home and ran into a fellow hooligan. Did you see that guy doing the wheelie?
That was sweet. I knew he was gonna do that.
Huh?
I knew he was gonna do that once I saw the you have the like
Yeah, he-
on the side.
Yeah.
Like, damn.